I unplugged my dad's life support to prove a point to my sister. Our family of four was that corny, typical white family who wore matching pajamas on Christmas, and dad would take a million family photos at every vacation spot. I'd complain about it, but secretly loved it. We had pizza nights every Friday. Everything was great. But then mom died in a car accident 2 years ago, and everything changed. Dad would sit in mom's chair staring at nothing for hours. The house got quiet in a way that felt permanent. Eva stopped singing, started slamming doors. She was angry all the time, at everything, but especially at dad. I kept setting the table for 4 people, kept buying mom's favorite coffee creamer, kept expecting her to walk through the door and tell us this was all a bad dream. We became 3 people living in the same house, drowning separately. 3 months after the funeral, dad tried to hug Eva since he was clearly having a bad day. Just a normal hug, the kind he'd given us our whole lives. She went stiff and pulled away, looking disgusted with him. "Don't touch me," she said. Then she went upstairs and locked herself in her old room for 3 days. She wouldn't answer when we knocked, wouldn't come out to eat. We didn't understand why. Then a few weeks later, I convinced them both to try family dinner. It was awful and awkward, but we were trying. Dad made spaghetti and mentioned it was mom's favorite recipe, just making conversation. Eva's fork clattered against her plate. "You let her drive that day, Dad. You could have driven." Tears started forming in her eyes. "It's all your fault." Dad's face crumbled. She grabbed her keys and left. But mom's incident was no one's fault. Only the drunk driver that hit her, Eva, had never blamed him before in her life. Dad cried in the kitchen for an hour after she left. I tried to comfort him, but I knew the pain wasn't something I could fix. 6 months after mom's death, Dad got diagnosed with stage 3 lung cancer. I was terrified. Eva barely reacted. When Dad tried to explain the treatment plan, his voice shaking, Eva looked right at him and said, "Maybe that's what you deserve after killing mom." Then she walked out. Dad didn't cry that time. He just stared at the table. That was somehow worse. The chemo started. Dad lost weight, lost his hair, could barely keep food down. He looked fragile in a way that scared me. Eva came to visit him in the hospital once she stood in the doorway, arms crossed, and watched him throw up into a basin. "Mom wouldn't have gotten sick like this," she said. "She was stronger." Then she left. Dad cried after that one. I tried talking to Eva. I begged her to stop. She told me I was enabling him, that someone needed to hold him accountable. I was over it. "We already lost mom, Eva. You're killing him faster. Can't you see that?" She just stared at me, her face blank. "Do you even care that Dad is dying?" I asked, my voice breaking. She looked me dead in the eye. "No," she said, "I don't." Then she walked away. That's when I realized how far gone she really was. The treatments weren't working. Dad's cancer progressed to stage 4. The doctor said months, maybe weeks. Dad asked me to call Eva and said he needed to see her. She showed up 2 days later, and I was so relieved I thought maybe she'd finally come around. She didn't. She stood in the corner of his hospital room while he lay there dying, tubes everywhere, struggling to breathe. He kept reaching toward her. "Eva, sweetheart, please." His voice was barely a whisper. She wouldn't move closer, just stood there with her arms crossed, staring at her phone. Dad's breathing got shakier. The monitor showed his vitals dropping. He whispered, "I'll tell your mom you said hello when I see her." Eva scoffed. Actually scoffed. "Sure you will." That's when I really had enough. I stood up, walked over to the machine, and unplugged his life support. The room went silent. No beeping, no nothing. Eva's head snapped up. "What are you doing?" I didn't answer, just stared at her. "Stop. Plug it back in." She rushed to the bed, grabbing Dad's hand. "Dad, Daddy, please. I'm so sorry." She was sobbing now, really sobbing. "I don't hate you. I never hated you. I was just so scared of losing you too. After mom, I thought if I stayed angry, I wouldn't hurt as much, but I was wrong. I love you." Her cries filled the room, real, broken, desperate. Then I plugged it back in. The machines hummed back to life. Dad's eyes fluttered open at the sound of Eva's cries. He squeezed her hand weakly. "Eva," he whispered. She collapsed onto his chest, both of them crying. I stood there crying too, watching my family finally come back together. I didn't unplug the life support, just the monitor.